bisexual flower. So the types of flower, two types of flowers are there on the basis of presence of reproductive organ. So if both the reproductive organs are present, then it is known as bisexual flower. And if both the reproductive organs are not present, only one is there, then it is known as unisexual flower. And on the basis of means presence of and on the base I'm speaking loudly only. So on the basis of presence of male and female organ, unisexual flowers are categorized into two categories: pistillate and staminate. If stamens are present, means if male organs are only present, then the flower is staminate, and if female organ is present, like means pistil is present, then the flower is known as pistillate. So unisexual flower are categorized into two categories: staminate and pistillate. Have you noted down somewhere yesterday? I shown you the pictures also, images also of pistillate and staminate flowers. Yes. Now, Amina, I told you strictly close your camera, mute your mic. Yes, Amina. Amina, tell me what is pollination? Hmm. Yes. So pollination is the transfer of pollen grain. From where? From anther to the stigma, because pollen grains are there in the anther, and when it's burst open and when there is pollen grain exposed to the environment, then with the help of some agents they reach to the or they transfer to the stigma where they are needed, and later on they move to the ovary. Who is this? Hmm. So pollination is of two types: self pollination and cross pollination. Yes. Nadia, you tell me what is self pollination. Nadia, tell me. Uh, what question? What question I asked Nadia? Are you here? No, Nadia, are you here? The question. Self pollination. I asked self pollination. Hmm. So self pollination of transfer of pollen grain from means it's a happen in a same plant, means whether it can be done in a same flower or the different flower of the same plant. Self pollination, they pollinate their means the same plant same flower of the same plant. When the one plant is only involved, whether the flower can be two or two different flowers, but that is called self pollination. And when the two different Yes. So same flower also, it can be different flower of same plant. Like picture is there on the page number 26. Two different plants are there. So in one plant, two flowers are there. If the pollen grain is transferred, if the pollen grain are transferred to the same flower or to the different flower of the same plant, then it is self pollination. Means if they pollinate to their own plant flower, so then it is self pollination. Here you open page number 26, you just see the picture 2.3. They have shown with the arrows either the transfer to the different flower of the same plant or the same flower of the same plant. These both the conditions are categorized under self pollination. But when the two different plants are involved, then it is known as cross pollination. Here with the different arrow they have shown on this page number 26 that the pollen grain of one flower just transfer to the stigma of the flower of the another plant. So when the two different plants are involved, then it is known as cross pollination. Understood? Okay, now agents of pollination. As we know that plant cannot move from one place to another, so they need some agents to transfer their things. So as we know in pollination, there is a transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma, sometime to the same flower, sometime to the different flower. So for that they need some agent. So here for the agents of pollination are wind, water, and animals. Yesterday I posted videos. Have you seen those videos? They are there on the app. You just after the class you can see those. Okay. So so uh, pollination by wind, anemophily, also known as anemophily. So the pollen grain they are transferred with the current of air from the anther to the stigma. When the carrier is wind, so it's known as anemophily. The pollination by wind by pollination by wind means wind carry pollen grain from anther to stigma. Egg I also tell you. Yesterday only I told you in the ovule female part is there, that is called egg. So pollen grain is the male reproductive cell. In that two male gametes are there. In one pollen grain two male gametes are there. Two male nuclei are there, and they later on fuse with the egg, and as a result the zygote formation occurs. So that's another thing that will cover in fertilization. Right now agents of pollination we are studying. So agents of pollination they can be wind, water, and animal. So if the pollen grain are transferred from anther to stigma with the current of air, then it is known as anemophily. Anemo, phi. Yes. Pollination by wind is actually the transfer of pollen grain with the help of wind. Wind carry the pollen grain. What? Pollination by water also. This is done in the aquatic plant. Pollination by water. The aquatic plant. We actually it's occur in the aquatic plant where the plants are in water. So the pollen grain are carried by water. So that's why it is called pollination by water. Means from anther to stigma, the transfer of pollen grain that is done by the water. Water carry the pollen grain from anther to the stigma. So, what are the characteristics of the flowers which are pollinated by wind? So, these flowers are neither scented nor do they secrete nectar. So, the flowers which are pollinated by wind, they are not needing any sort of good smell or the nectar. Why? Because there is no need to attract the insect. Flowers having good scented or they secrete nectar to attract the insects so that they helpful in pollination. But because here there is no role of insects, they just what you can say the carrier, they have a carrier of wind, so there is no need of insects, so they are not scented, they are not what you can say secrete nectar, and they are not having attractive color also, because the color also attract the insects. So these flowers are not scented, not produce nectar, they are not in attractive colors, so they just carried by the wind only, there is no need of insect to be attracted. The stigma of these pollination by wind flower, these flowers are sticky or feathery. Why? Because when the wind carries this pollen grain, so this sticky stigma and the or feathery stigma, they just catch the pollen grain. When the pollen grain is they are in air, so if the stigma is sticky or feathery, so that they just catch the pollen grain. So the flowers which are pollinated by wind is sticky or feathery, means either it is feathery or sticky, because feathers and stickiness both do the same work to catch the pollen grain, and these petals are colorless. The flower is not scented, and they are not producing nectar. So they are the some characteristic of the flower which are pollinated by wind. What are you saying, Isma? Then yes, wind carry the pollen grain to the stigma. They are very light in weight. They are dry, so they can be means they are lightweight. They are small. They are dry, so that the air can or the wind can carry easily. Now, pollinated by water, they usually occur in the aquatic plant, because the plant which are grown in the water, they are the carrier of the pollen grain is water. Water carry the pollen grain from anther to the stigma. So these plants have small. Hmm? Of course, aquatic plants they grow in water. So these plants have a small non-chewy flower. Here also non-chewing means no petals are not colorful, not attractive. Why? Because there is no need to attract the insect. They just the transfer of pollen grain can be done by the water, so there is no need to be the flower. The petal should be big or the attractive colors. So here also the pollen grain are light weighted, so that they can easily flow with the current of water, so that they can float on water, and the pollen grain are also covered with a protective vexilla. So here extra feature of the on the pollen grain, that is vexilla, so that it can prevent from what you can say decomposition or spoiling or damaged by water. So because they are in water, so they can be damaged, they can be decomposed, they can be spoiled with the effect of water. So they are having the waxy layer around it, so they prevent from damaging by water. Yes. Yes. Light weighted pollen means the light weight is their weight is not there much. They are not heavy. They are just very light. Okay. Right now I don't have image of it. I'll send you then. I'll send you on app or I will show you in next class. So they both means the flower which are pollinated by wind. They also having the pollen grain, lightweight and in a small in size. And here also the you are not audible to me. You are not audible to me. There on the pollen grain there is a layer of thin wax over it, so that protect from the effect of water. Because we know when we keep the organic things in the water, they start decomposing, they start spoiling. So this waxy layer prevent it from the damaging or spoiling. Are you understood? Okay. So this pollination by water is also known as hydrophily. Anemophily by wind and by water is hydrophily. Hydro means water. So the pollination by water is hydrophily. Now, so there is example of pollination by water is Vallisneria. Here Vallisneria's picture is there on the page number 27. On the page number